Another big area that has happened recently is the cut of 50 million trees program in Ontario and the impact that that's. Once again, the flooding that we're seeing happening, soil erosion that is happening, we don't need to be cutting tree plantings. We need to be increasing tree plantings. And the Ford government, once again, doesn't seem to understand that in the conditions of climate change that we're dealing, the reductions in emissions that trees can provide, the soil, the elimination of soil erosion that can provide, under drier conditions, the retention of moisture in the soils helps our farmlands as well. So all of these things are a valuable resource. In fact, Rob Keane of the CEO Forest Ontario, his comment was, we need to realize that to have a healthy economy and a healthy society, we need healthy forests. To have healthy forests for our future, we need to plant more trees. To date, the 50 million tree program has planted 27 million trees, or 15,000 hectares of new forest. On average, this means that every year the program has planted 2.5 million trees on approximately 4,000 properties. And according to the 2019 Environment Commissioner report, average forest cover in southern Ontario stands at 26%, with some areas seeing as low as 5% of forest cover. The report identified that 30% of the lands needs to be planted with trees to restore forest cover in southern Ontario to optimal levels. That equates to roughly 680,000 hectares. Can you provide a viewpoint that here we're making significant investments in protected spaces in order to grow our forests and grow the ability to tackle climate change, both from an adaptation standpoint and a mitigation standpoint through the emissions reduction?
Sure.
Maybe just to respond to your question, as Niall mentioned, the focus on Target 1 Challenge is really on hectares and land acquisition. There is some space for restoration and stewardship of the landscape inside those projects. So it's not just all about land securement. Environment and Climate Change Canada does have other programs, though, that do support restoration, including some of the species at risk programming that we've discussed, as well as the Habitat Stewardship Program, which does support land reclamation, land restoration. But provinces do play a very important role here in managing lands and forests, and we work where we are funding. We try to work as closely as possible with those jurisdictions.